Hi YouTube friends, this is Bobby in Vancouver. So this discussion is about these things. We're going to cycle through all these things and see what is out there. But first of all, let me tell you just a little bit about myself and how I got acquainted with the world's only accurate infrared thermometer for life, accurate for life, NIST traceable for life. The one and only Exergen Series D, like this. I've posted, or I've uploaded videos already on YouTube showing that this nearly vintage device is still accurate today. And I've also uploaded my reviews showing why devices like this is not. This is the temperature gun that they're using in Korea and China, why they don't work. And also, I've uploaded a review showing how this forehead thermometer actually is. This one was 8 degrees Celsius, and I've uploaded that video. It is 8 degrees inaccurate on my Asian skin. And lastly, one more thing, is I uploaded a video showing how my $100 thermal imager compares in its accuracy versus a $75,000 thermal imager that is used at the airport. So anyway, this is me in 2000 and what year was this? Yeah, this is around 2009. And because I had this Exergen microscanner, we were able to find a solution to a really complex problem, which got us on the evening news in several TV stations here in Vancouver, and many front page stories in several languages. And this was before, of course, Mr. Elon Musk, the genius that he is, came up with the Tesla electric cars. But then we were quite famous because we had a vehicle, me and Gary Tang, the engineer here in Vancouver, and our group created a vehicle that had a 541 mile per gallon equivalent electric pickup truck. So anyway, so that's an old story. We'll forget about that. And let's move along to the subject of it. Now, is there a way to detect airport temperatures? So let's see what the studies show. Right here, this is the first study. This is a study which you can find in what do you call this? National, I think it's called NCBI. Yeah, NCBI. And okay, this is so this study is 2015. So we'll get right down to the essential information, which is, okay, here's what they found. Let's see if we can open this in another window. Let's just try it. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, here it is. Okay, so it shows that okay, 500,000 people screened. They detained 400 and 4 were positive for flu. Okay, so 4 people out of 500,000 people. And here, 3 people out of, and they detained 5,000, almost 6,000 people just to find 3. So, and the most current one was in MERS and Ebola, 2014, 0. And here in England, okay, they found 2. No idea how, they must have detained a lot of people there. So let's see the most, so here they detained almost 2 million people. Okay, with 800, sorry, they detained 800 people out of almost 2 million, 0% effective. Okay, so let's forget about this one now. That's one study. Now here's another study, which is, let's go to this one here. Okay, CDC. Okay, so this one is 2010. What did they find? So let's go to the bottom line is that, yes, they said in a laboratory, in a hospital setting, in a emergency emergency department of hospitals. So they found that it was, they tested 3 devices. Okay, the one for the wall, three brands. Okay, 2 brands were okay, Optotherm and FLIR. Okay, so let's focus on those 2. Only 2 out of 3 were reasonably accurate. Okay, so let's go to the Optotherm. Okay, let's go to the Optotherm. So the Optotherm is the most interesting one because this one, if you look at their video, they have a very interesting video here. Thermoscreen fever screening overview. Okay, 2014, 5 years ago. This is a very interesting video, so you should, if you're a policymaker, you should probably watch this because it's very interesting. However, as good as it is, guess what? Like, it's almost 5 years now, and it is still not approved for sale. Not approved for sale in the United States. So they cannot sell this if the United States isn't buying this, because who's going to buy it, right? So, I mean, it's a very, very clever. This is the most complete, in my opinion, this is the most complete, potentially crowd screening device. Okay, so that's Optotherm in the US. Now, I have no idea what the companies in China are doing, or Asia. They could be well ahead of this because all they have to do is get their hands on one of these and clone it for 1/10 of the price. So how do I know it's 1/10 the price? Because I have other devices that I know, I have other devices which I know are selling for at least 5 times what American companies are selling for the same function, the same resolution, same everything. Okay, so this guy is a really good guy. He is Mr. Movie Therm. He owns the company. He's an outstanding business owner. So here he's talking about, is it coronavirus, okay? Is it really feasible? Actually, he is actually giving out information largely against his own interest, because here he says it doesn't work in airports, right? And it's not going to work in there. He has several reasons, which he lists here. Why? Okay, this is just to name a few reasons why it doesn't work. And if you want to watch the video, go to this part of the video here. And about 2 minutes into the video, he explains why it doesn't work. Now, however, he does give some really key information that the only thing that needs to be, the only part of the body that can be accurately scanned for fever accurately and regularly, repeatedly, is this little part of the eye, a tiny part of the eye called the tear duct. So most cameras do not have the resolution to get in there and find that temperature. Okay, so unless you're going to spend, who knows, about $75,000 per station. So thank you very much. Great information for those who like infrared technology. Now, okay, let's go to this tear duct infrared, tear duct testing. Okay, so there are companies that talk about tear duct testing. Now, these are infrared house inspection companies. Okay, so they're talking about how to use this for, the tear duct test is for people who have home inspection businesses, and in it the technicians, the technicians use the tear duct test to calibrate their cameras before they step out of the office. Okay, so okay, now this is partially incorrect. Okay, as you'll see from the Optotherm video. Okay, this information says that the tear duct, the core body temperature, the tear duct shows the core body temperature, and they have a number here. Okay, however, that is not absolutely correct, because there is a thing called circadian rhythm. Okay, circadian rhythm is a problem because, as Optotherm videos will give you more details, it varies a lot. It's not just 37 during the day. Okay, it wobbles. Our body temperature wobbles, and that tear duct temperature will wobble as well. So, and this is just one wobble. There's other reasons for the wobble. And okay, so let's forget about this is a big hurdle for any thermal imaging testing or screening. Big hurdle to overcome. As far as I know, only the Optitherm, which is not approved by the FDA, has this as part of their screening algorithm. Now, here's a company which is very interesting. It's a company called CrowdRx. The company was discussed because there was a Rolling Stone article, and they were featured in it as saying that they do crowd testing, which people, like for example the Taj Mahal, which has 30,000 visitors every day. They were thinking of employing such devices, maybe not from this company. This, by the way, they're a crowd screening company. This is not, they don't sell hardware. Okay. However, this is their website, CrowdRx. Now, in it, they have some photos of how they do it. Now, I don't believe these are actual live crowd situations. This is some kind of public relations photos. I'm just guessing. I have no idea, but this does not look to me like an actual coronavirus or any kind of virus screening. Because they say they have fever screening for, and they have it's a very informative, very informative sales website. They talk about where to use it for, and you can use this for a number of fever screening. Like, why do you need fever screening? So they have a nice website. Okay, and it mentions the applications of this. All right, that's discussed in the Rolling Stone website, which this company is services. However, let's take a closer look at the device that they use. So when we take a look at, oops, sorry, where'd they go? When we look at their device, where's this? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's take a close look at what they're using. Now, if we take a look at this and blow it up, well, it's not the Optitherm software or hardware. This is not the Optitherm. It doesn't look like something I'm familiar with. So, however, you can see that it's got the CE certification and stuff like that. So, but I don't know the make. However, when we take a look at this must be a very fairly high-end machine, because you can see that the tear duct it has high enough resolution to pick up the tear duct. However, I don't see any numbers. I don't see the numbers that Optitherm if you look at the Optitherm, they have an algorithm which takes the circadian rhythm into play, as well as the variability of the crowd that a person might be with, because a person who is coming in from a particular plane or coming out of an event where it could be colder or hotter, that group temperature has to be also calculated or featured or included in its calculation of whether this is a go or no go. Now, let's in terms of the how well did these go? So if we take a look at this study, the bottom line is that they found very, very few. Okay, but in the other study that I went through very quickly, they said that it missed about 40% of the target. So the best case scenario in a hospital emergency department setting, it missed 70%, up to 70% of the target. So yeah. However, it was still better than, according to the study, people conducting the study, they considered it still acceptable because it was better than self-reporting. As bad as these were, they were still better than self-reported cases. Okay, that's it. Take care. Hope this was helpful to you. Bye.